Hello children, welcome back to your English class. Today we will continue direct and indirect speech. Indirect speech is also called reported speech. Let's continue. Now let's recall what is direct speech. Direct speech repeats or quotes the exact word spoken. When we use direct speech in writing, we place the word spoken between quotation marks and there is no change in these words. We may be reporting something that's being said now, for example, a telephonic conversation, or telling someone later about a previous conversation. Let's see the examples of direct speech. She says, "What time will you be home?" Another example, she said, "What time will you be home?" And I said, "I don't know." Both of these examples are of direct speech. You can see that comma, inverted commas are there, and it is as the person has spoken. Indirect speech, reported or indirect speech, is usually used to talk about the past. So we normally change the tense of the word spoken. We use reporting verbs like say, tell, ask, and we may use the word that to introduce the reported words. Inverted commas are not used. Now let's see the example. She said, "I saw him." This sentence is in direct speech. In indirect speech or the reported speech, the sentence will be written in this way. She said that she had seen him. This is indirect speech. As you can see, no comma, no inverted comma is there. That may be omitted. Omitted means removed, or without that also the sentence can be framed or it can be written. You should also remember that if reporting verb in a present or a future tense, then the tense in the reported speech will be unchanged. And if reporting verb in a past tense, then the tense in the reported speech changed into a corresponding past tense. What is reporting verb? Let's tell you once again. This sentence is of direct speech. I said to the tourist, "The Indian summer is usually very hot." In this sentence, said is called reporting verb. So always remember, if reporting verb is in past, then only you have to change the tense in reported speech or the indirect speech. Now let's see the transformation of tenses from direct to indirect speech. Let's see these sentences. They are changed from direct to indirect speech, means in a reported speech. All the tenses and the models are given here. In these sentences, subject is hidden, so we can add subject by ourselves. Let's see the first sentence, that is in present simple. She always wears a coat. While converting this sentence into reported speech, it will be he said that she always wore a coat. In place of he said, we can add she said or something else also. In my previous video, already I have explained this, and this time and place in reported speech, this also I have explained. You can go through this chart again for your better understanding. Though I have told you that if reporting verb of direct speech is in past tense, then only we have to change the tenses in reported speech or indirect speech. But there is some exception too, and what's that? Occasionally we don't need to change the present tense into the past if the information in direct speech is still true, but this is only for things which are general facts, and even then usually we like to change the tense. There are three situations in which even if the reporting verb is in the past tense, we leave the tense in the reported speech unchanged. Number one, the reported speech expresses a universal truth or a habitual fact. Like our teacher said, our magnetic needle always points to the north. The reported speech is a universal truth. Our teacher told us that a magnetic needle always points to the north. Let's see one more example. It is a habitual fact. I said to the tourist, the Indian summer is usually very hot. It will be like this in reported speech. I told the tourist that the Indian summer is usually very hot. Second situation is when the reported speech describes a situation which still exists when the speech is reported. For example, the station master said all the trains are running late because heavy rains have damaged some parts of the track. The situation continues to be unchanged at the time of reporting. The station master said that all the trains are running late because heavy rains have damaged some parts of the track. And the third condition is when the reported speech contains two clauses, both in the past. Like Neeraj said to me, Deepa was busy, so she didn't go to see the movies. Deepa was busy. So was is also past and didn't go is also in past. So it will be like this. Neeraj told me that Deepa was busy, so she didn't go to see the movie. However, in this case, it would also be correct to say Neeraj told me that Deepa had been busy, so she hadn't gone to see the movie. Now, let's know the difference between say and tell as it is used in reporting speech. You would say when there is no indirect object, he said that he was tired. Always use tell when you say who was being spoken to. That is with an indirect object. He told me that he was tired. So this is the difference between say and tell. In this way you should use say or said, tell or told. Similarly, talk and speak. He talked to us means talking is done with another person and she was speaking on the telephone. This is the difference between talk and speak. Now see the changes of pronouns in reporting speech. While using reported speech, we change the first person pronouns according to the subject of the reporting verb. First of all, let us know what are first person pronoun. I, my, me, mine, we, our, us, ours. These all are first person pronoun. These words refer to the speaker, so they change according to who the speaker is, as you can see here in this chart. Now let's see the second person pronoun. Second person pronouns are you, your and yours. These words refer to the person being addressed, so they have to change accordingly as given in the chart. Now let's talk about third person pronoun. They are he, his, him, she, her, hers, it, its, they, their, them, theirs. They remain unchanged as given in example. Now let's understand it more clearly. First person pronoun in direct speech, that is I and we, is changed according to the pronoun of reporting verb. If pronoun in reporting verb is third person pronoun, that is he or she. Let's see the examples. Direct speech, he said, I didn't want to shock people. In reported speech, the sentence would be like this. He said that he didn't want to shock people. So what did we see? The first person pronoun, that is I, is changed according to the subject of the pronoun of direct speech, he. So he said that he didn't want to shock people. Now let's see rule number 2. First person pronoun in direct speech, that is I and we, is not changed if the pronoun means subject of reporting is also first person pronoun, that is I or we. Let's see the examples. I said I do my homework. In reported speech, I said that I did my homework. We said we buy our clothes. In reported speech, he said that we bought our clothes. Let's see the rule number 3. Second person pronoun in direct speech, that is you, is changed according to object of reporting verb. Let's see the examples. Now let's see the example. He said to her, "You are cute." In reported speech, he said to her that she was cute. He said to me, "You are a generous person." In reported speech, he said to me that I was a generous person. Now let's see rule number 4. Third person pronoun in direct speech, that is he, she, it, is not changed in indirect or reported speech. Let's see the examples. They said she does not have the necessary qualifications. In reported speech, they said that she did not have the necessary qualifications. She said it is raining. In reported speech, she said that it was raining. Now let's see how to frame the different types of sentences in reporting speech. Put that before the reported statement. Means if the sentence is in statement, then we have to put that. We should use the verb said or told in statements, but you should know that the verb told should be followed by an object and the verb said cannot be followed by an object. Let's see the examples. Rohan said, "I like this music." In indirect speech, Rohan said that he liked that music because there is no object in direct speech. Alice said, "James, I want you to attend the function." This sentence in reporting speech or in indirect speech, it will be like this. Alice told James, not said. Alice told James that she wanted him to attend the function, not Alice said James. Why? Because object is there. And what is the object? Let's see direct speech. Alice said James. Alice is subject, said is reporting verb, and James is the object, or you can say object of the reporting verb. So in indirect speech, you should not write Alice told to James. To is again wrong. Only Alice told James. So this is the rule of framing statements. Now let's see the rules of WH questions. As we know, there are two types of question, WH and yes or no. So first of all, we will see WH type of questions. We should omit the question mark when we are changing the sentence in reporting speech from direct to indirect. We have to omit the question marks. Omit means remove. Put the subject of the question before the verb. Use a reporting verb like asked, requested or wanted to know. Put an object after the reporting verb. Let's see through an example. "What are you doing?" asked his father. In indirect speech, his father asked him what he was doing. Not his father asked him what was he doing. So this is the formation of sentence. Now we will see yes, no type of questions. Again, we should remember that either it is WH type of question or yes, no type of question. We should omit the question mark while changing in reporting speech, or you can say indirect speech. Introduce the reported question with whether or if. So in yes or no type of question, we should use whether or if. Put the subject of the yes no question before the verb. Use the reporting verb asked. Now let's understand through this example. Direct speech is, "Are you happy?" He asked her. Indirect speech, he asked her if she was happy. Now let's see the formation of imperative sentences. First of all, we will see what is imperative sentence. A sentence that expresses a command, a request, an advice, or a suggestion is called an imperative sentence. So let's see the examples. Open the door. This is command. Please help me. This is request. Quit smoking. This is advice. And don't make a noise. It is command. So these all are imperative type of sentences. As imperative sentence have a command or an order, a request, an advice or a suggestion. To change them into indirect speech, some specific verb, they are requested, order, advice, forbid, suggested, replace the verbs. For example, said, told of reporting verb. Examples are given here for your better understanding, so you can go to them. At last, let's see the formation of exclamatory sentences. So we should know what is exclamatory sentence. A sentence that expresses a state of sorrow, joy or wonder is known as exclamatory sentences. Let's see the examples. Hooray, I won the competition. This is state of joy. Alas, I couldn't qualify the exam. State of sorrow. Wow, what a beautiful car. This is state of wonder. So an exclamatory sentence expresses state of joy, sorrow or wonder to change them into indirect speech. Specific words like exclaimed with joy, exclaimed with sorrow, exclaimed with wonder are added to the sentences. These are the examples. Like they said, hooray, we won the game. In indirect speech, they exclaimed with joy that they had won the game. Here are some other examples. You can go through it for your better understanding. Before concluding, let's know one more important topic, reporting conversations. Normally when people talk to each other, they do not speak full sentences. Sometimes they might give a single word response. We should complete the incomplete sentences before reporting them. Example is given here, like Sarita, where is Indu? Puneet is saying, gone for a dance class. Sarita is saying, does she go for lessons every day? Puneet is saying, no, only twice a week. Now it can be framed in a paragraph like this. Sarita asked Puneet where Indu was. Puneet informed her that Indu had gone for her dance class. Sarita wanted to know whether she went for her lessons every day. Puneet told her that she went only twice a week. This is all about reported speech.